Good evening to one and all, and welcome to this webcast of the Bathurst City Council Committee of the Whole meeting for this Monday, February 14th, 2022 at 6:30 p.m. Bonsoir à tous et bienvenue à la diffusion web de la réunion plénière du Conseil municipal de Bathurst pour ce lundi 14 février 2020 à 18h30. Sur ce, je cède la parole à la mairesse Kim Chamberlain. To this, I give the floor to Her Worship, Mayor Kim Chamberlain.
Merci, Monsieur Fulham. Thank you, Mr. Fulham. Good evening, everybody. Thank you for being here with us this evening. Before we start our meeting, Madame Saint-Laurent, do we have any conflict of interest? Est-ce que nous avons des conflits d'intérêt?
No conflict of interest declared. Aucun conflit déclaré.
Merci. On a deux présentations, so we have two presentations. We'll start with our first one. Dialogue NB by Nadine Duguay-Lemay. Donc, on a une présentation de Dialogue Nouveau-Brunswick par Nadine Duguay-Lemay. Allez-y, Madame Duguay-Lemay.
Oui, ça va. Bonjour, merci beaucoup, Madame.
Bonjour.
Excusez-moi, je crois que j'ai juste, là, comme que je rentrais, j'ai entendu mon nom.
C'est correct, c'est correct. Virtuel, c'est pas toujours évident non plus. On essaie.
C'est la connectivité.
Oui.
Est-ce que, alors là, on a quelques minutes, c'est ça?
Oui, allez-y, oui.
Okay.
Vous avez la parole.
Je peux partager mon écran, la présentation?
Oui.
Je vais faire
Vous
ça.
devriez être en mesure de le faire si ça fait défaut. J'ai des présentations que je peux dérouler en même temps. Allez-y,
oui.
allez-y
Oui.
et essayez de voir si ça fonctionne. Sinon, je peux assumer cette relève-là.
Ben, en fait, je ne vois pas l'option de moi que je puisse partager tout de suite la présentation parce que je crois qu'il faut me mettre comme host. Donc, si ça ne vous dérange pas, M. Fulham, de faire ça, moi, je vais commencer à parler de dialogue de toute façon.
OK, une présentation en français ou en anglais?
Si ça ne vous dérange pas en français ou si ça aide les gens, je peux parler français puis défiler en anglais.
Parfait, super, c'est ce que je vais faire.
OK, parfait. Donc, merci beaucoup à tout le monde de me permettre de présenter Dialogue Nouveau-Brunswick et surtout de vous présenter cette opportunité de partenariat à la ville de Bathurst que j'aimerais beaucoup que vous puissiez devenir l'un de nos nombreux partenaires. Donc, si c'est la première fois que vous êtes exposé à Dialogue Nouveau-Brunswick, on peut aller à la prochaine. C'est vraiment, Dialogue, c'est en fait la seule entité à but non lucratif au Nouveau-Brunswick qui va rejoindre tous les Néo-Brunswickois. Hein? On aspire vraiment comme vision à un Nouveau-Brunswick où chaque personne se sent écoutée, valorisée et chez eux. Et notre mission, c'est vraiment de promouvoir la cohésion sociale, justement en agissant sur le respect, l'harmonie et compréhension entre tous les Néo-Brunswickois. Donc, ça, c'est notre vision et notre mission. Maintenant, si on regarde un peu qui sont les gens derrière Dialogue Nouveau-Brunswick, donc, des belles personnes qui sont représentatives de tous les horizons, de toutes nos communautés du Nouveau-Brunswick, non seulement géographiquement, mais aussi de différents groupes ethnoculturels, qui est une valeur très importante pour nous. Donc, ça, c'est les personnes qui sont à la tête. Abby Pond, qui est la présidente du board depuis mon arrivée à Dialogue Nouveau-Brunswick, en fait, depuis 2018. Et Jason Alcorn, que vous voyez comme vice-président, présentement professeur de droit à l'Université de Moncton, va prendre la relève. Donc, si on regarde juste brièvement, là, vous allez voir l'équipe. On est une très petite équipe qui est composée en ce moment de 5 personnes. On est seulement 3 personnes à temps plein. Donc, ça, c'est la prochaine diapo, M. Fulham. Donc, moi, je suis votre PDG et là pour vous présenter l'opportunité. Donc, si on va maintenant, qu'est-ce que nos dialogues publics? Est-ce que certains d'entre vous avaient eu la chance de participer? Je pense, Madame la mairesse, je vous ai déjà vu à certains de nos dialogues. Donc, vraiment, le but de cela, on est dialogue NB, ça fait du sens qu'on fait des dialogues publics. Le but, c'est vraiment, c'est pas d'atteindre la résolution, je dis toujours ça au début de nos dialogues, mais c'est vraiment de favoriser la compréhension sur un sujet. Je dis que quand les gens sortent de notre dialogue, s'ils ont l'impression d'avoir appris quelque chose, notre mission est réalisée. Donc, puis vraiment, on attaque des enjeux complexes. Fait que, allons voir un peu quelques chiffres clés pour ce qu'on a accompli dans la dernière année, puis ça va vous donner une idée. Donc, 18 dialogues publics en 2021, Des dialogues sur des sujets comme le racisme systémique, comme l'apport, l'égalité des femmes, comme les pensionnats autochtones, comme on a couvert un peu la gouvernance locale. Donc, les sujets, le droit de vote des résidents permanents, hein, c'est vraiment des sujets qu'on a abordés. Et là, déjà, on en a fait un samedi dans le cadre du mois du patrimoine africain et on en fait 2 autres dans le cadre de ce partenariat-là encore en février. Fait que on va rejoindre plus de 20 000 personnes. Puis ça, c'est parce que nos dialogues sont diffusés toujours live sur Facebook. Mais en plus, on a Rogers, qui est un de nos partenaires, et je vous jure, ça fonctionne. J'ai tellement de gens qui me disent « Nadine, je t'ai vu à la télé il n'y a pas longtemps, t'animer un dialogue. » Fait que ça nous permet d'aller chercher surtout nos communautés rurales et les gens qui sont peut-être un peu comme ma maman qui ne seraient pas sur Facebook Live. Donc, c'est vraiment bien. Fait que ça va chercher un grand public. Et puis, regardez, ces 18 dialogues-là ont été chercher 95 experts bénévoles qui viennent. Fait que c'est vraiment des gros chiffres impact. Cette année, mon but, c'était d'en faire 22. Je vais faire 22 dialogues en 2022. Donc, on continue, M. Foulem. J'espère que vous ne vous sentez pas trop comme, tu sais, Madame White, là, sans faire une farce déplaisante. Pas trop déplacée. OK, donc ça, c'est un peu vraiment le public cible, c'est tout le monde, hein? Puis ça dépend beaucoup de la thématique. Il y a certaines thématiques parfois qui vont chercher des gens professionnels et tout. Vous voyez les statistiques qui sont là. On va surtout là, chercher des 45-54 ans en ce moment, mais on travaille beaucoup à une diffusion multicanale pour aller chercher des jeunes. Puis c'est sûr que plus on va aborder des thématiques qui sont chères à certains groupes cibles, ben, on va voir ces cibles-là changer. Beaucoup de femmes qui participent à nos dialogues, ça serait le fun qu'on ait plus d'hommes ou des gens qui s'identifient comme hommes. Donc, si on continue, c'est fou là. Les dialogues, vraiment, comment j'en ai parlé un peu, mais la durée est toujours entre 2 et 3 heures. Fait que ça dépend du sujet qu'on aborde. Parfois aussi, on va avoir une série de dialogues sur le même sujet. Fait que ça a été le cas avec le droit de vote des résidents permanents. C'était tellement complexe qu'on l'a fait en 3 dialogues. Donc, ça vous donne une idée. Et puis, c'est ça, tout est virtuel. Et puis, on a déjà parlé des plateformes. Donc, on peut continuer, on zoome ça. Vous voyez un peu la communication qui se fait. Ma directrice des coms est super. Elle fait vraiment du beau travail au niveau de tout ça avec le bulletin de nouvelles sur les médias sociaux. On fait un rapport public aussi. Ça, c'est important à savoir. Vous le voyez, le Downloadable Public Report. Ça, c'est tout sur notre site web. Puis tout ce qui a été dit, toutes les choses clés, les ressources qui sont partagées, tout est dans le rapport public. Puis nous, on fait du travail additionnel en partageant ça avec les leaders, les décideurs, pour que justement, ben, il y a quelque chose, ils sont munis d'informations pour pouvoir mener du changement. On continue. Donc, ce que je vous demande aujourd'hui, c'est de considérer, comme je l'ai dit d'emblée, de devenir partenaire. C'est vraiment pour aider à amplifier les voix des Néo-Brunswickois, surtout les groupes sous-représentés, les groupes menés par des bénévoles qui n'ont pas les ressources. Puis, évidemment, vous vous associez à la cohésion sociale au Nouveau-Brunswick, vous vous associez aux valeurs de dialogue Nouveau-Brunswick et vous vous associez évidemment à briser les barrières qui se mettent dans le chemin des groupes et des Néo-Brunswickois. On continue. Je pense qu'on va aborder un peu plus. Donc, l'offre, c'est vraiment un coût fixe qu'on fait. Si on demande 2500, ça, c'est pour toute l'année entière. Donc, votre logo est automatiquement sur tous nos réseaux. Donc, sur le site web, on vous accueille. C'est à présent dans notre rapport annuel, dans tous les rapports qu'on fait. S'il y a un dialogue que vous souhaitez vraiment parrainer, c'est possible de le faire. Et là, ça vous permet de co-animer, fait qu'on fait du renforcement de capacité en même temps. Hein? Il y a beaucoup de gens qui ont co-animé avec moi, puis c'est une belle façon que de un, ben, c'est pas tout le temps Nadine Duguay-Lemay qui parle, puis de deux, ben, comme je dis, c'est la relève, c'est le renforcement de capacité. Et puis, juste c'est ça, vraiment parler en faveur de pourquoi ce dialogue-là particulier, pourquoi ce sujet-là vous tient à cœur. Fait que ça, c'est possible, mais vous pouvez aussi juste être signature sur tous nos dialogues comme logo. Donc, ça et pourquoi, je vais vous dire, il y a des organisations, puis vous pouvez continuer, M. Foulem, là, à défiler pendant que je vais parler. Il y a des organisations comme justement l'Association africaine du Nouveau-Brunswick ou je pense encore à des bénévoles comme René Festion, les gens qui étaient derrière le droit de vote pour les résidents permanents. Ça, c'est des gens qui n'ont pas la chance vraiment comme je dis, ils n'ont pas les ressources, mais ils savent que nous, on a l'expertise, on a les tribunes, les plateformes. Et donc, quand vous contribuez comme partenaire comme ça, ben nous, ça nous permet de faire comme on fait maintenant, là, dans le mois de février. Il n'y a pas de sous qui est chargé. Là. Tu sais, on fait ces dialogues-là pour le public, puis on veut continuer à offrir ces dialogues-là gratuitement au public. Mais ça va être avec des partenariats comme vous qu'on peut le faire. Donc, c'était ça ma proposition gagnante aujourd'hui. Je ne sais pas, j'espère, Mme la mairesse, j'ai été assez rapide. Mais si vous avez des questions, je suis là pour les prendre.
Ben, bravo, Nadine. Oui, j'ai participé à une ou deux, je pense, jusqu'à date. Surtout, on en a fait un avec l'immigration et c'est beau de voir que la province regarde à donner le droit de vote pour les résidents permanents aux prochaines élections.
Oui.
En 2026, certainement pas au mois de novembre, mais en 2026. C'est un début. On aurait aimé que ça aurait été en mesure l'année passée, mais au moins, on a mis, tu sais, le plus a été mis à l'oreille. Il y a eu plusieurs conversations qui ont été faites. Donc, c'est certains dialogues NB, c'est une opportunité de discuter des dossiers très importants avec des gens partout au Nouveau-Brunswick. Donc, de différents je cherche mon mot, différents backgrounds.
C'est ça.
Exactement. Mes mots anglais, mes mots français. Je vais voir. Do we have any questions? Est-ce qu'on a des questions pour
oui. And please ask them in English. Yeah. You can ask them in English. It was easier for me tonight to do it in French, but I will take any questions in English as well.
If you have any questions, you just raise your hand. Okay. No?
No.
I think we're good. On est bon.
Okay.
Fait, ça donne bien parce que là, on crée un comité ensemble pour on a des fonds pour notre sous-comité de distribution pour 2022. Okay. Et on va créer le comité ce soir. On a plusieurs conseillers qui sont très intéressés à vouloir participer. On va faire un comité de 3. Fait, on va vous revenir, c'est certain. Fait, okay. C'est 2500 que vous demandez.
Oui, pour l'année. C'est pour toute l'année, donc du moment, puis je le compte aussi du moment que vous rentrez. Donc, si c'est mars, par exemple, ben, ça ira jusqu'en mars l'an prochain.
OK. Bon, bien, parfait. Ben, merci d'être venu et on apprécie vraiment que vous avez pris le temps. C'est un sujet quand même très intéressant.
Mais il faut dialoguer, hein? Et lorsqu'on voit la situation un peu partout, je pense que s'il y a jamais on a un besoin de cohésion sociale en ce moment partout dans le monde, c'est surtout au Nouveau-Brunswick, ben, c'est bien le temps. Puis le mécanisme d'utiliser, de parler d'enjeux avec différentes perspectives à la table, ben, c'est l'un des moyens qu'on y arrive. Donc.
Oui, mais j'avais vu aussi qu'il y avait un des employés à l'Association multiculturelle qui avait participé aussi. Ça fait Oui, on en a plusieurs, oui.
Oui, en novembre dernier, ça, c'est avec le recrutement. C'est ça,
oui, ça. Exactement. On reconnaît les visages dans les slides.
Oui. Ben non, mais il y a plein de gens. On essaie vraiment toujours d'aller chercher des gens, justement. Il y a eu Eve Arsenault de votre coin qui a aussi été panéliste en novembre. Ça, c'était sur la résilience financière des femmes. Donc, on essaie vraiment, là. Fait que votre coin va être bien représenté.
Oui. C'est ça. Oui. OK, ben merci beaucoup.
Merci à vous.
Belle soirée.
Oui, à vous aussi. Bye bye.
Notre deuxième présentation, our second presentation, Défi Nipisiguit Challenge by Ryan Wilburn. Le Défi Nipisiguit Challenge, notre employé Ryan Wilburn. J'ai dit Wilburn, mais c'est Wilbur, excusez-moi. Ryan.
Good evening. How is everyone?
Good, how are you?
Good, thank you. Just going to pull up my screen share here. Great, can everyone see that okay?
Yeah.
Wonderful. So my name is Ryan Wilbur. I'm with the Department of Recreation and Tourism. And I'm here this evening to provide a brief update on one of our annual events, which is called the Jiffy Nipisiguit Challenge. And I'd like to just start things off. Some of you may not be familiar with the event, so just to provide a little bit of event background and a little bit of history. So this event started back in 2016 with our department, and really looking at all of the various recreational assets that we had in our region. We looked for an idea or an event or something that we could do as a department to really showcase many of these wonderful outdoor recreational assets that we have in our region. And the director of our department at the time had the idea of something called an adventure race, which for those of you who may not know, it's a multidisciplinary sport. It's a type of race that typically involves paddling, trekking, mountain biking, and orienteering with map and compass. And when we set off to do this event, the original course concept that we had was to travel approximately 140 kilometers from Mount Carlton Provincial Park to finish here in Bathurst. And the idea behind that was highlighting things like the newly developed Nipisiguit Mi'kmaq Trail, the Nipisiguit River, and many of the other assets that we have along the way. And this race is, or this event is a fully supported adventure race. And what we mean by a fully supported adventure race is really everything is taken care of for you by the organizing committee and by the volunteers in terms of moving equipment and providing supplies and really everything that you do need to participate within the event. So the inaugural year of the event, it was a test event back in 2016, was launched on August 25th, which for an event that typically happens in October was a pretty late public launch. We just had many things to prepare. We wanted to make sure that we were ready to announce this new event to the public. But even despite our late launch, we were still very pleased with our initial turnout back in 2016. We ended up having 28 teams and 61 participants in total, which for a first year event, we were quite pleased with. In all reality, we were a little bit happy that we didn't have a full field, just being a new event for us. It really gave us an opportunity to figure things out and to get our feet wet. And in terms of the field that we had in that first year, it was a fairly large contingent of local athletes, but we did also have some participants from Eastern Quebec. There's another similar event that had been taking place in the Gaspésie region, which certainly helped us as far as our visibility for the event, with them being familiar with what adventure racing is all about. So to jump ahead to year two, after 11 days of registration, we were completely blown away and ended up having a sellout event on our hands with 46 teams and 120 athletes. And within that field, we actually were able to attract some very high-level athletes to the event. We had a former member of the Olympic cycling team and several World Cup level athletes that had opted to come to our event that year. And only in our second year, we were just absolutely thrilled to have that level of recognition by these high level athletes to come into our region and to see what we had to offer. So pictured here, you can see we always try to do something really special for the athletes and oftentimes a surprise, something that they're not aware is going to be on the course. But pictured here, you can see we had a zip line that was professionally installed across the Nipisiguit River, way up in the middle of nowhere. So teams were coming in by canoe, and athletes were ziplining overhead across the river, which made for a pretty incredible scene. So skip ahead to 2018. Again, we had another sellout. This time the event actually sold out in one day. So even faster sellout for the third year of the event. We established a partnership in year 3 with Parks New Brunswick. And we decided to actually change the course format a little bit. One of the things with adventure racing is the course is really never the same. Teams often arrive to the event not knowing exactly what the details of the course will be. So in forming a partnership with Parks NB, in 2018, we opted to have one full day of the event take place in Mount Carlton Provincial Park. And then day 2 was in and around the Bathurst region. And in 2018, we ended up having athletes travel into our region from as far away as British Columbia to participate. 2019, the sellout time continues to decrease. Word's getting out and people are realizing that the event does sell out quickly. So we sold out in 2019 within 3 hours. We had a continued partnership with Parks New Brunswick, and we opted to host the first day of the event primarily in Sugarloaf Provincial Park, in and around the Campbellton area, and then again, day 2 of the event here in the Bathurst region. So of course, we all know what happened in 2020 with just about every event. We did have to take a year off due to the pandemic, but we had formed a partnership actually with the city of Miramichi. And the city of Miramichi, I can't say enough good things about them. They were a fantastic partner and really treated us well and helped us to sort of solidify this event as a regional event. So we had one full day in the Miramichi area and one day again in and around Bathurst. And our field in 2021, this past October, actually included a current member of the Canadian Olympic mountain bike team, and one of the best mountain bikers really in the country at the moment, which is one of the things that is actually kind of neat about this event, where we host world-class athletes who get to share a start line with with your weekend warrior, who this might be the only such event that they would do once a year. So next, I'd like to play for you the promotional video that we had put together for this coming year. Typically, we partner with a local media company by the name of Folk Media, and these videos typically serve as the cornerstone of our marketing campaign. So there you have it. So we've decided to continue the theme of partnering with other regional municipalities and highlighting some of the great assets that we have here in northern New Brunswick. And we've formed a partnership with La Ville de Caraquet. So we met with Caraquet in late 2021 to discuss the potential of a partnership. And they were just absolutely thrilled to get involved, and so we've formed a partnership to co-host this year's event. So we actually recently held our event registration, which typically takes place on February the 1st. And again, we surpassed our previous sellout records, and actually we sold the event out in less than 15 seconds. So we had teams that were online waiting to register, and by the time they hit refresh and went to add a ticket to their card, it was already too late. So we currently have 38 teams who are sitting on the wait list, hopeful to get a spot into to this year's event, which, as it typically does every year, is happening on Thanksgiving weekend. So for this year, that will be happening on October the 8th and 9th. So just to give you a little insight into the demographics of where people are coming from to attend the event. Now this does, of course, shift every year, but we have nearly 80% of our teams that are traveling from outside of the Chaleur region, with 24% of those teams traveling from outside of New Brunswick. And this year we do have a couple of firsts, which is really neat. We've got our first team that's going to be traveling to us from Newfoundland. And we have our first international team, which is coming to us from the United States, just outside of the Boston area. Now, what's really interesting, and we hear this again and again every year from a lot of these teams that travel into our region from afar, is they've never been here, and they've really in some cases never even have heard of the Chaleur region, and they just absolutely are blown away by what we have to offer here. And many continue to tell us that they really just can't wait to come back and to spend more time here in the region. So it's always nice when we can have an impact on teams as they travel into our part of the province. One of the huge factors of our success with this event is our volunteers. I can't say enough good things about the volunteers that help to support this event for us. Just absolutely critical for our success. Typically on a given year, we have about 30 to 40 volunteers who help us execute this event. As I mentioned, it's a fully supported race, which requires moving 70 canoes, 140 bikes, equipment bins, first aid, a number of different responsibilities. And these volunteers are giving up their Thanksgiving weekend and oftentimes putting in very long hours, sometimes 12 plus hour days to make sure that this event can be successful. And for them, many of our volunteers do come back every year, and we have some volunteers that make sure they schedule their time off in a year to really be a part of it, because it is a special experience for them as well. Now, I mentioned we have a partnership with La Ville de Caraquette for this year, but we do, of course, have other public and private sector partners that really help us to ensure that we can continue to host this event and to put on a top class event. So with the province, several other private sector partners who offer either financial support or other in-kind services that help us with the overall execution of the event. In terms of our finances for the event, you'll see here where we landed from our 2021 event. Our goal typically every year is to have a net zero cost to the municipality to be able to host the event. So you see in 2021, we were very close to that mark with just a small net loss of a little over $300. Now in 2022, we do have some additional revenue from registration fees coming in. We have increased the registration fees slightly, and we also are including the cost of some of the canoe rentals with the registration, which is why you'll see a a marked difference in the registration fees from this year to last. However, it is noteworthy that we have unfortunately lost one of our major sponsors for this year's event. So we do have a slightly lower revenue from the cash sponsorship side of things. However, we do have a few irons in the fire, so to speak, and we're hopeful to be able to make up that loss prior to the event. Before I close, I just wanted to share a couple of testimonials from a few of our participants. I think it just speaks to the impact that this event has for some of our participants. The first one is from someone who's participated with us a few times by the name of Jesse English. Beautiful setting, beautiful season, beautifully captured. You guys always knock this event out of the park and deserve so much more recognition for an absolutely amazing race you put on. The next one is from Léon Bouchard, who's like I mentioned, the Canadian Olympian who was at this year's event. And he goes on to say, le week-end dernier, j'ai fait quelque chose qui sort de l'ordinaire. J'ai participé à une course d'aventure, le défi Nipiziquit. Wow, quel événement. That one's really special for us. He had posted this to his Instagram feed, I believe. When you have someone who's been to the Olympics and travels all over the world on a very reoccurring basis to attend some of the biggest and best events that there are, for him to come to our event and make that kind of statement on his social media feed, I think is a pretty cool testament to the experience that we offer here. And then lastly, from Matthew Carreau, first time participant this year. And he goes on to say, this wasn't just a race, it was a life experience. Thank you everyone who made this happen. It was an incredibly well-run event, and I'm so grateful to have been a part of it. So that concludes my presentation that I have for you. Does anyone have any questions that I might be able to answer?
Well, great job, Ryan. I know that when we first got elected in 2016, I was a counselor, and that was the first year, and we were all in on it, and that we were, supporting, the city of Bathurst was supporting and has been supporting this event ever since. So we do have certain questions. So Councillor Anderson.
Mm-hmm.
Not a question, it's more a comment. Especially for those people that don't know Ryan, give something to Ryan to do and he runs with it, and everything Ryan touches, he makes a success out of it. When we first started this, like I said, back in 2016, it was like we were all behind it, of course, but how is this going to work? And look at where he took this event there then to what this event is now. And I've worked with Ryan on many other committees over the years. And like I said, you want something done, Ryan's your guy to get it done. Good job, Ryan.
Geez, Penny, you're going to make me blush.
Oh, it's true though. Credit where credit is due. Credit where credit is due. And I feel sometimes people don't get enough credit for what they do. And I know how hard you work, and I know how much effort you put into everything you do. So good on you.
Thank you.
Good. Councillor Burnett.
Thanks, Madam Mayor. Ryan, congratulations, and congratulations to all your volunteers. How long is this event again? I think I missed that.
Yeah, so this will be our 6th year. So the inaugural running of the event was back in 2016, but of course we had to take a year off in 2020 due to the pandemic.
I mean, the actual event that's taking place, is it 1 day, 2 days, 3 days?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, it's 2 days. It's what you call like a stage race. So they would participate in one full day, take a break overnight, and then partake in day 2. And generally we design a course that ranges between 140 to 150 kilometers over the 2 days.
Does it end downtown, or does it end at the KC?
It's different every year. So we've
okay.
This past year, as you may have noticed in the video, we actually had our finish line at the top of the tower downtown, which was really, really neat.
That was neat, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, again, congratulations. And because COVID seems to be moving to the positive, that we can do things again, hopefully you have a good celebration for your volunteers. They deserve it. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks.
Councillor Knowles.
Thank you. Thanks, Ryan, for all your hard work. Really, this is a big showcase for the area. It's nice to see how it's growing year over year. Now, am I correct in saying there's 46 teams? Are you maxed out at 46?
Actually, we changed the format just last year. We used to permit teams of 2, 3, or 4. But for simplicity's sake, this past year, we made a format change where it's all teams of 2. So we had set our capacity at 70 teams, 140 athletes. And you may ask why we have to cut it off. It would be nice to be able to just open this thing up and let as many people in as they want to participate. But when you look at the logistical challenge of moving that much equipment and the timing and the resources required, we've kind of hit a point where if we want to continue to be as successful as we have, we've kind of reached that cap. Whereas if we push it, we risk damaging our ability to make this thing run as smoothly as we feel we can.
Yeah, you don't want to be a victim of your own success.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's a lot of we had a lot of disappointed folks out there February 1st who were really excited to get on that list, and unfortunately they just didn't click that refresh button fast enough.
Yeah. Once again, great job. Thanks.
Thank you.
Deputy Mayor Hondas.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Thanks, Ryan, for the presentation. I think a lot of people hear about the Défini Pizziquit, but they never see a presentation in detail like you did tonight. I appreciate your hard work, and as Councillor Anderson said, and Mayor Chamberlain, is that this event started when we were first elected in 2016, and you can see the success that you're having. It's great to see the numbers. 15 seconds to sell something out. It's amazing. So keep up the good work. And I'm glad that you made this presentation. And our citizens are going to be able to see exactly what it's all about. And I think it should be a yearly thing, Ryan. No pressure on your shoulders, but I'd like to see you. You came in, you did one before, and I'd love to see you come in next year, explain the same thing, and keep up the good work, Ryan. We're all there to support you. If you need anything, let us know.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Which brings me to my question. What do you need from us, Ryan? Are you looking for anything?
Well,
I opened the door.
I haven't come this evening with any specific ask. I certainly appreciate the offer. I tend to think, with our experience over the last 5 or 6 years, we've got this thing pretty dialed in. But certainly, I know where to find you all if I need to, for sure.
All right, perfect. Well, keep up the good work, and I totally agree with Councillor Anderson. Since I've been there in 2016, anything you touch, you create a success. So you and your team, and it takes teamwork. It takes someone that's, willing to work with that many people and to be able to create this success in 15 seconds, it says a lot. So it says a lot about you and the team that you have working with you. So.
Thank you. Yeah, and I should mention, this is certainly by no means a one-man effort. Like, we've got a team of folks who are very passionate about this project and very dedicated to it. And certainly we could not be here without all of their help. So my hat's off to all of them as well.
Perfect. Good. Thank you so much for this presentation.
Thank you.
Have a great evening.
You too.
All right. Point 3. So we are at the 2022 Grants Distribution Subcommittee. Sous-comité de distribution des subventions 2022. We have quite a few people interested in wanting to be in the subcommittee. I know I did it for a couple of years, and then Councillor Anderson and a few other ones participated as well. So I'll leave it up to you, Madame Saint-Laurent, to take the lead on this with Monsieur Foulem.
Okay, perfect. As you had requested, Your Worship, we prepared 2 draws this year. One draw was for first-term councillors, We only had one first-term counselor that put his name in. It was Councillor Dale Knowles, so he'll be on the committee automatically. And for the second portion of the committee, Mr. Follin will take care of a random draw. In the draw, we have Councillor Anderson, Brunet, Willett, and Deputy Mayor Hondas.
Okay. Thank you, Wanda.
Trying something new.
Okay, so
There
yeah,
we go.
the city clerk asked me to come up with a random generator, and well, there you have it. So we have all 4 councillors in the spin wheel, and every councillor appears 4 times in the wheel. So we'll proceed with the first draw, and here we go. I'm sorry, I had to do this. Okay, so Deputy Mayor Hondas, Maire adjoint Hondas est le premier. So I remove all the instances of Deputy Mayor Hondas, so we have the remaining ones. And we go again for the second selection. And we have Councillor Brunet, Conseil Brunet. So to go back to the results, les résultats, c'est confirmé. Député Maire Hondas et conseiller Stephen Brunet. So confirm the results, Deputy Mayor Hondas and Councillor Stephen Brunet.
Well, it's funny to say the results because for people listening on Facebook Live, I mean, to see councillors putting their name for more committees is something in itself, and it shows the dedication that they have, because everybody has their fair share of committees and they have quite a bit as is. So thank you for all of you. And we thought, well, you know, we would kind of just see whoever we draw. And I was just thinking about putting a name out of the hat, but you know, Mr. Follin came up with his technology. So I'm sure the 3 of you are going to do great. So for people out there, is anybody that was looking for any help from the city of Bathurst, we do have a grant, sub-grant that we use every year. And the committee will review it, and then they will come to council and myself with their final decisions. So perfect, good. Requests. On a la demande pour laisser passer pour la piste de marche. So we have a request for walking passes. Madame Saint-Laurent.
Yes, thank you. The city received a request from Mr. Cameron McLean. He's a social inclusion coordinator for Bathurst, and he works with individuals between 17 and 64 years old who have intellectual or developmental disabilities. Some individuals suffer from mobility issues, making outdoor walking in the winter more challenging. He's seeking 5 to 10 passes for these individuals. And I brought this before council tonight to see if they were willing to consider giving passes, and if they were, how many that they would wish to give. The cost per pass is $50.
Okay, so the question is, so would they own that same pass, or can the pass be rotated amongst a few people, or is it just the passes for theirs for the year?
Usually the pass is for the person for the year.
Councillor Brunet.
I'm in agreement with it. Half a dozen passes, no problem. If council wants more, I'm open to that too. It's great to get everybody into that civic center, and this is a good way to help out.
Okay. Any other councillor has any? Oh, Councillor Willett.
Yes, I definitely agree with Councillor Burnett. We can sure give those passes to help those people out, and it's always nice. The more people there is there, the better it is.
Perfect. Councillor Blanc.
Exactly the same thing. Whatever he needs. I mean, up to maybe 10 or 12, but yeah. And I know all the good this gentleman does in our region.
Yes. Perfect. Councillor Knowles.
Same here. I'm in favor of up to 10 or 12 passes, whatever is reasonable. Yeah.
All right. So Madame Saint-Laurent, he asked between 5 and 10.
Yes.
Okay, we'll give him 10. Okay
Noted.
with that? Perfect. There. Dispasse de données. 3.22, Picketball School, école de picketball. Celui-ci il retourne à chaque année. So this one is a request that we get every year, and it's coming back again this year.
Yes, exactly. We received a request again this year from Mr. Gerald Terrio on behalf of the pickleball school. For the last few years, he's been using the Pavilion Gym on Sunday mornings from 9 until noon. And it's a school that's for people that want to start playing pickleball. He teaches them how to play pickleball. Right now, it's free of charge from the city for that period of time. And he is requesting again this year to use the gym on those Sunday mornings. People that are interested in playing pickleball, when they get to the door, they have to pay a certain amount. And the amount that he collects is divided 50-50 with the city and the pickleball team. In 2020, he collected $505, and in 2021, $169. So he reimbursed the city $337, and the remaining of the money he reinvests in equipment for the pickleball league. Mr. Terrio informed me that he had 175 new people that joined pickleball, and it created 3 new leagues. The cost for the gymnasium is $20 per hour plus tax.
Does council have any, Councillor Willett?
Yeah, I don't see a problem with that. We should encourage it, encourage more people to learn a new sport, and it's great for the city, great for the citizens that were there. Once they learn, they can go to Parkwood Heights and play pickleball and in the different courts that we have throughout the city. So it would be great.
Perfect. Councillor LeBlanc?
100% support anything that's physical activity and is going to promote the great infrastructure we have in our city. So yeah.
Perfect. I totally agree as well. I think that, they've been doing it every year, and it's to teach people how to play. And then it's a great opportunity that he gives back, and then he buys the equipment that he needs for the following years. So, Madame Solorin, I don't see any objections. It's okay.
Perfect. Thank you.
Merci. Mayor and Council, we do have an update. So Coronation Park Committee update, Councillor Anderson.
Okay, I have a few things on the list to deal with Coronation Park. First and foremost is we met this week, and the committee has decided that we're going to have to cancel the Snow Bear Festival again this winter due to the COVID and the provincial guidelines that are in place. We were holding out, hoping we were going to be able to put it on, but it's just not possible at this point. So unfortunately, we're going to have to cancel it, and hopefully we'll be back again next year. Additionally, we've started with the budget, with the money that we received in the budget this year, we've started the process on buying and installing a new playground structure for the park. The playground structure that we are looking at purchasing is going to be geared more towards older kids. So the 8 to 12, 13-year-old range, we're looking at a climbing wall. And so we've started the preliminaries with that for the groundwork and stuff. So once the snow goes, we'll actually start doing physical work in the park. We're hoping for completion of this project by the fall. That's the goal. A group of students from BHS made a presentation to council a couple months back regarding an orchard they wanted to plant. They came and made a presentation to the committee this past week, and we've given them 100% go ahead. So they will start in May or June. They'll start planting their fruit trees in the park. We're not quite sure exactly what area of the park yet. It's either going to be over by the Rotary Garden or more closer towards the high school. We're not sure, but they will definitely start planting their orchard this spring. And the final thing is, we also found out this week we had applied for funding again through the Rotary group, and Rotary have come back and they are willing to donate $50,000 over a 5-year period. So $10,000 a year for the next 5 years from Rotary. We are so grateful to this organization They have supported us tremendously over the years. So I just wanted to make sure that they were recognized for this donation towards the park again this year. That's it for me.
Thank you. Well, thank you to the Rotary again. And it's nice because that Coronation Park is absolutely beautiful. And it's nice to see that we're going to grow and add more to the park. I know my grandson absolutely loves that park. And from the moment I think we were talking about that, Councillor Anderson, like he was not even two, and he was crawling everywhere because there's that small section for
on the
little
tot
ones.
lot.
Yes,
people were saying, why are you putting that in there? Why are you spending that much money on those rocks? Now you see why. The kids love it.
Well, the little ones, yes, because
Love
you can. Oh yes. Anyway, so as he's getting older, he's going on the bigger side. So it's interesting to see.
And then we're going to have another structure for them to switch over to again.
That's perfect because the older ones, sliding is not necessarily what they want to do anymore. So they want to do something a bit different. So good on you, Councillor Burnett.
Thanks, Madam Mayor. Thanks, Councillor Anderson. Congratulations to you and your committee. As a grandfather of two, I spent a lot of time in that park. And it's a great park. Love the splash park, the rocks, like you say, and the rest of it. And as a biker, I'm biking around those trails. They're nice and flat, not too many hills to climb. And I was wondering if you had considered or would consider putting an outdoor rink there with oak boards, just a place to go skating. I noticed up at one of the stores lately that you can buy a rink in a box, which has a big plastic thing, and you can just flood it. And with the school being right next door, and there seems to be a lot of hollows in that park area, would be nice to see people out there now in the spring skating on a piece of ice with oak boards, just having a good time.
It's been discussed quite a bit over the last couple of years. The issue that we've run into was basically manpower cleaning it off. We're trying to stay away from the structure that they have like in Parkwood Heights. In Parkwood Heights, they have it set up as a hockey rink. And we would like to develop an area for people who just want to go skate, not to play hockey, like every adults basically, because it's mostly kids for the most part that play in Parkwood Heights. So just have a place for adults to go skate. So we were looking at doing an oval. We were looking at different things, but it's always come back to manpower cleaning off that ice surface. Because in Parkwood Heights, it was organized by a group of residents from the Parkwood Heights area. And they took responsibility for that and they maintain it. We did have a gentleman that lives on Parkside Drive came and made a presentation to us, and he himself would be interested in cleaning it off, but we need more than a group of one to commit to doing it. You know what I mean? But it's certainly something, and we discussed it again last week. It's something that we would like to get set up in there. We looked at just different kind of kits that they have. We can get something put together that's not overly expensive. It doesn't have the boards, what have you. We have had people come to us in the past, donating wood if we wanted to put benches and stuff like that there so people can sit down and change their skates, what have you. So there's been some public interest in partnering with us to help develop something, but it always falls back to who's going to clean the ice surface.
Thank you. There's so many tractors around town now. After a snowstorm, you see them everywhere. And there are big companies that have more than one. I wonder if one of those companies couldn't be approached and that they would go in after their work is done and clean that with one of their tractors. Maybe it's just a thought, but it would be fun. No boards,
it would be difficult to get a tractor in there.
Oh, would it? Okay.
You know what I mean?
Depends on where you put the rink, I guess. If you did
we were looking over more towards Parkside, and we did leave a spacing in the fence when we took the old tennis courts out. Yeah. We left an opening there, but we would never get in there with a big tractor, I don't believe. So it's a logistical thing, and it's still something that's being discussed. It's certainly on the radar for sure.
Good for you, because that would be fun for a lot of people and families, especially. Thank you.
Exactly, yeah.
maybe if we can look into price, and then if we know, and if we want a game plan, and then see if we can go and try to make this happen for next year, then, you know, how much would it cost? And then we'll go out to see if people are willing to volunteer. Because I had someone that called me as well, and they said that they would volunteer